All right, we're on the air here. Not sure if anybody can actually see us yet. I'm gonna send out this link. Let's see here. Ah, you guys can start introducing yourselves, or wait till people show up. Doesn't matter. It might be better if you actually wait till people show up. All right.
We'll just bullshit a little bit first. I like the
Yeah.
little design they got going.
What for the ad for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I found a cool app. For my tablet, it's like called PhotoGrid, I think, and it makes that kind of stuff not that hard. So yeah, it's a cool app.
Yeah. Looks like a nice little anime harem featuring a skeleton.
Yeah, the skeleton is a little out of place. That's fine though.
Alright.
Uh,
What the hell are we talking about today? Why'd you bring me here?
man, just weekend Gamergate, man. I mean, there's always some happenings going on.
Nice little recap, I guess.
Well, David Packman, I just wrote a story about him getting attacked yesterday. I guess we could talk about that since I just
Define
now
attacked.
Well, basically he asked Zoe Quinn for an interview on Twitter, and she took that as some kind of harassment, I guess. I don't know. She's kind of a delicate flower, you know, so.
Well, any public announcement ever is considered harassment. I mean, obviously it's a little fucking ridiculous, but I guess the way she interprets it is he mentions it and that we're talking about a stream and people are talking about it on Twitter, but I don't know. I mean, last time I checked, she's making a shitload of Patreon because of all this targeting / harassment.
Yeah, she loves it. Don't. I mean, I don't know. She has gotten some fucked up stuff. I mean, I won't argue with all that, but it's been a benefit to her. I mean, come on, national media profiles and shit.
Yeah, $3K a month's not bad.
Yeah.
That's apparently quadruple what she was making according to Aaron.
Let's see.
She's gotten over 20,000 Twitter followers since this began.
Yeah, I knew she had 19,000 when I first saw her.
Mm-hmm. I believe Brianna Wu also had somewhere in the realm of 7 to 8 and is now sitting at 26.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Damn.
This kind of exposure is, there are parts of it that absolutely unequivocally suck, and that's just what happens when anybody becomes
Right.
a public figure. But at the same time, there is a lot that's come out of it for them that has been beneficial to their careers as a result of this. And I'm going to take a lot of shit immediately for saying that. And
Oh, of
that's going to
course.
suck. But, like, it's difficult for me to absolutely sit here and play the violin for them. And I will defend to the death their right to go on and say whatever it is. And if there's anybody out there who goes and like does the things that we also saw last night, in terms of somebody who literally went out there and actually was bold enough to try and tag Gamergate and say, I'm going to kill, I think they were mostly directed at Wu. I'm going to go and kill Wu. And the Gamergate Harassment Patrol immediately reported all of them. Like, we took every one of those accounts down. And right afterwards, this morning, Brianna Wu put it up anyway, without acknowledging the fact that all those Twitters have been taken down thanks to the Gamergate harassment.
And it's clearly a troll. I mean,
It's very clearly a troll.
yeah, it's not a credible threat in the slightest, really.
I mean, I don't even care if it is or isn't. There's no acknowledgement that we are doing our best to make sure that these things don't happen.
And it's just an account that, like, just started up, right? Like fucking ISIS bot with, like, 0 followers.
Yeah, I mean, these accounts aren't very well entrenched. They're very clearly new accounts, and yet they're still taken as, like, very much the gospel of Gamergate, even though there's no direct evidence linking back to Gamergate. But that can be discussed forever. That gets talked about all the damn time at this point.
Well, was it very much said that, when she said that, was it, oh, Gamergate's trying to kill me?
Well, she said see, I don't follow her. I don't follow.
I'll look it up. I saw a part of it. Hold on.
Yeah, I only happened to see it in passing as a result of just watching what was going on. Also, one thing I like to do, by the way, is always say hello to the chat. So, hello, chat. Hello.
Yeah, what's up, chat? Thanks for joining us. Spread the word on Twitter. I don't know if everybody knows it's going on right now, so.
Yeah, I managed to retweet it out. I see a couple of people that I'm familiar
Yeah,
with.
some people are trickling in.
Yeah.
It is Saturday afternoon. Not the best time to get a crowd to, but I just wanted to do one.
I think Hitbox gets more viewers for whatever reason. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Well, you say that, but actually the last 2 shows I've gotten way more views on YouTube. But I don't know.
Alright, so about this threat, was it actually... Did she say it was Gamergate trying to do this? Or did she just kind of retweet it and let it sit where it is?
No, she directly copied... She took the images, compiled them of the 4 different accounts, put them on her Twitter, and said Gamergate once again threatened.
Yeah, an avalanche of further death threats from Gamergate tonight.
Mhm.
Just got done talking to the police. And they probably were laughing at her because this is totally like just not even.
And
I'm gonna kill Space Cat Gal. That's what it says.
And I went through last night just to make sure my emails. I have just a ton of emails right now from Twitter sitting involving reports from all of these different accounts of just how everybody's been turning them in and the signal's been boosted. And hey, if Twitter's not going to do anything about it, there's little that we can do. We can't track them down. We're not magical wonder hackers.
Until we arrest them, we will be blamed.
Exactly. And then they don't like the police either because apparently they're all pigs. So whatever. So like, who goes out there? Who's supposed to dispense justice? Who's supposed to take care of these problems?
Well, her claim, on harassment is no different than the claim from that email that she received the other day. You guys all know about that email, correct?
Which one?
Why don't you share it with the chat?
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar.
Illuminate it.
All right. This is from Brianna Wu's Twitter account. Just got this scary email from a Gamergator. They are completely divorced from reality of what they do. And this is the contents of the email. Miss Wu, we cannot reason with you. If you block us for non-threatening and non-harassing behavior, there are plenty of us that would be willing to reason with you and engage with you in good faith if we felt you would deal with us in the same manner. It is a smear to paint us as a cult when there are thousands of us who are perfectly rational and reasonable, even if we are sometimes too antagonistic. That was the email.
I'm feeling.
Yeah,
I'm
she
feeling
painted
right
this
now.
as she painted this as like some radical attack. What did she say? I put it in one of my stories, but I can't remember exactly what she said. But it was so over the top.
She's very clever, and they're all very clever, but they're not clever enough because what they did is they focused on 3 specific words at the end of that email, if I recall correctly. Because I do remember that now. They focused on 3 specific words at the end of that email, even if we're too antagonistic, and that's it. They didn't focus on the context of any of the rest of the email, which was very conciliatory, very apologetic, and very upfront and honest about some things, and trying to hopefully make amends for a lot of the bad things that people have done to her in the past, whatever the scope of those bad things may be, in your opinion or not. But all that she focused on, even though it was a very, very tame email, was even too antagonistic. And that's it. That's all she could focus on. And I think that's really disingenuous of her, especially when it was definitely an email designed to reach out and kind of open up some line of dialogue that they were admitting that's like, these things are happening, but we're sorry that they're happening. We're sorry we come across as a very passionate base. We're sorry that we come across, sometimes a little more hostile. And we'd like to open up that dialogue, but no, they just want to focus on the negative aspects, and that's not okay.
Well, that's what they do, That's how they play the victim and everything. That's they point out everything that's negative and they use it against us.
While completely disregarding all of the positive aspects, unfortunately.
Exactly.
It makes my head explode, and it makes me a sad panda more often than not as a result of that.
There's just no winning with these people because anything that we do, either it be positive or what, they're going to use it against us. I mean, just take example of what happened to David Pack. He has done nothing but be neutral throughout the whole situation, and they're attacking him because he's asking a fucking question. Who does that?
So you get for being neutral.
Exactly.
And I mean, he's as neutral as you can get. Wow. I mean, just watching the interviews, I don't honestly know how you could paint that man as anything but the single most neutral figure in all of Gamergate right now.
I don't
It's-
either, dude.
You know, it's because he's not sitting there like, oh my god, I feel so bad for you because you're a woman and blah, blah, blah. Like, get the fuck over it. You know? My wife is a woman, and she doesn't sit there and bitch and moan about shit. I don't know.
That's why she doesn't get money.
But he's so clearly, like, impartial. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm being, this is totally objective view. I mean, he's not biased at all. It's just...
When he says he has no horse in this race, he quite literally means he has no horse in this race. He really just wants all of the facts and evidence to come out and people to have a serious conversation. And he didn't just ask Quinn. He asked Quinn, who felt like she was being attacked because she was tagged in the message, and it was asked in a very open environment. And you know what? I'll even grant her that maybe that wasn't handled the best way. But at the same time, I also don't know how he would have gotten in contact with her otherwise, unless he had like doxed her or something like that. Which some journalists, Adrian Chen, have said is okay to do. Is okay to do for the sake of journalism. Because you should be able to track down sources and get articles done, and if you have to pay for that information, that's okay. And just to be clear, in my term, where I think doxing is, I think doxing should be illegal. It'd be a very difficult charge to prove, but it kind of goes under harassment. If you release somebody's information into the public with the intent to like intimidate into silence or harassment or instill fear, and that's a tough charge to prove. But it absolutely should be illegal in that case. But as of right now, it's not. And, we can only deal with what the law is now and try and push for the law to be changed. That's just my feeling on it. But.
Yeah. I await the day when a negative review on her game in the App Store is considered a death threat.
Oh, my God.
1 star? I need to flee my house.
About the whole doxing thing, I'm not too knowledgeable about it, but isn't most of the stuff that's been like shown public information?
Yeah.
For the
Like
most part,
addresses and stuff you could find on the internet easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you know what you're doing, you can find it in like 20 seconds. I mean, I'm not one of those people, but I've seen it done.
Well, it's just background checks. I mean, you could buy a background check, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't think they're paying money for it. They just know where to look.
I see. Well, I don't know. It's the whole anonymous thing. It's just, me, I have like 5 different emails with 5 different fake names. I don't know. I guess that's probably why I haven't been doxxed yet, or what.
Yeah,
you never know. It might come down eventually, and we shouldn't have to live in. Nobody should have to live in fear of their livelihood at any particular point being taken away for any reason. And that goes in many different directions. Obviously, for your physical safety, but then when we have, the man behind the IDGA going on record saying, "You better not support Gamergate or else." It reminds me of like the mafia where they go, I'm not saying that if you don't pay us, we nothing bad will happen to you, but just ipso facto, such and such, if your windows get broken, I'm just saying.
Wasn't us. Tony's gonna take some golf.
Yeah,
nice little restaurant you got here. Yeah.
It'd be a shame if something would have happened to it.
Be ashamed if someone reported your Twitter account.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, don't worry about it. But if you do support them, I'm just saying, you might suffer some consequences. But I ain't saying that. So, and it just.
Yeah, I mean, that guy outright said criminal conspiracy last night. Somebody passed me along some of his Facebook posts. I posted him in an article last night, and he was, I had to pull it up. I mean, he called us a criminal conspiracy.
All right.
Based around harassment was the general gist of it.
Sounds about right.
It sounds about par for the course for them. Yeah. Just a bunch misrepresented some of what Aaron said about his original post. Just a bunch of shit. I mean, he's pretty much
That's not
crazy.
taking into account private messages. I mean, yeah, it's speculation, but I mean, who knows how many people he's tried to reach out to be like, look, see this Gamergate shit. It's fucking Nazis 2.0. Just don't believe
Yeah, well, this guy, like I said, he's a prominent figure. I mean, it's not just some nobody. He founded IGDA, and he's still a prominent commenter on Gama Sutra. Like I said, he was the #1 comment on the article last night. I'm sure, and this is just what we see in public. No telling who all this guy talks to in private. So, and he said he was writing the government officials and shit about this, all kinds of shit.
Is this the guy that was pretty much threatening Summers?
No. This guy's Ernest Adams. He founded the International Game Developers Association. That guy that's threatening Summers is just a nutbag. I did think about I did think about writing about it. I probably will later tonight. Just how the media is not even covering it at all. That was the angle that kind of like, if this was happening to Zoe Quinn or somebody, they would, there would be 15 stories written about it already.
Absolutely, and he's still locked in like Mortal Kombat with.
Yeah, he's still doing it now.
He's still going today. It's great.
Yeah, it's still going.
Measure of politics.
Yeah, the guy.
Here's Ernest Adams' Facebook post after you.
It's only legitimate if it's a brand new account. That's all I'm trying to say.
No.
We should all introduce ourselves now.
Oh, I guess that would be a good time, yeah.
Why don't you start?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kermit the Frog. We gotta hear this.
Oh, Kermit the Frog here, reporting live from the liturgy. What
That's
up,
pretty
bitches?
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good.
That's something I do on my show, but I guess I'll start. On the internet, they know me as Mitsurugi Reiji, but most people call me Mitsu. I do a show called The Mitsu Show every now and again on Twitch. I haven't done it in some time, but it is a lot of fun. I also am a featured streamer on Oddmass, which is I guess you can say a media aggregate website that actually is working on doing reviews in the style that, Gamergate has been promoting. This website was conceived a long time ago, way before Gamergate, but it just so happens that the interests and the way it's been going about being promoted kind of coincides with the way Gamergate has come about. Reviews don't have scores. They are as objective as possible. And that, again, that's just completely outside of Gamergate, which is kind of a cool thing that we just kind of started cropping up right about the time all this shit really started happening. But that's who I am. So.
Yeah, I would like to do more games coverage myself, but haven't really been able to. But plenty of stuff to talk about with Gamergate, though, so no shortage there.
Oh, yeah.
It's always something new every day.
Yeah.
And who's
Yeah.
What they do.
Here, let me read Ernest Adams. I did promise that to the chat here. Here we go. I am reluctant to name names, but the silence of some of my longtime male colleagues about Gamergate annoys me. If your career is made, if your employer would never fire you for speaking out, if your family is safe, if your passwords are adequate, then you need to speak up. The evidence is now incontrovertible that Gamergate was a planned campaign of harassment orchestrated in chat rooms and on 4chan, and that the journalism line was never anything more than a cover story decided upon from the beginning by the conspirators. Zoe Quinn's former lover has even admitted that he wrote his screed not as a heartfelt cry of pain, but as a carefully planned part of the scheme. Many people have been silenced. Some have even been driven from the industry or from their homes. This is why it is all the more imperative that those of us who can speak, do speak. There's no longer any excuse for fence-sitting or not taking sides. There's only one side, criminals and their apologists. Actually, that's two sides there, genius, but anyway. They are actively harming the game industry, and in our silence, we collude with them. I want to hear from the... that still cracks me up. Anyway, I want to hear from the men I've worked beside and respected all these years, whom I know realize how wrong this is and are doing nothing to battle it. I hate macho catchphrases, but it's time to man up.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then Wait, let me just read this other part. This is from the Gama Sutra article, and this was in the #1 comment on there.
Is this from a writer of Grama Sutra, or is this one of his features?
This is Ernest Adams again, commenting on somebody else's article.
Okay.
From yesterday. A company is not a political system in which a plurality of views must be tolerated. It is a business whose function is to make money. If an employee doesn't support the core values of the company, he or she needs to find another one more suited to them. So, see, he's basically saying he wants the companies to start enforcing some policies on their people.
Basically, he's glad that Intel left.
Yeah, well, but well, it sounded to me like he's for enforcing a more rigid, like ideological code or something. I don't know, or you're not allowed to speak out against the SJW position. It kind of sounded like one of those career-threatening things to me. But anyway, there's Ernest W. Adams, founder of IGDA. If anybody wants to look him up.
Before he locked his account, anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. If you try to look up his Twitter, you won't see anything because he locked it down. Of course.
That probably means he's organizing some attack or something. Who fucking knows?
He's probably busy writing letters to senators who don't give a shit.
Yeah, but like, jeez, I almost don't care about this.
Guys.
Alright, go ahead. I'm going to look at the chat here and see what they're saying. Sorry, chat, I missed some of you guys here.
Also, welcome to whoever joined.
Yeah, some guy on Twitter, I don't really know him, asked me to join, and I said, alright.
Oh yeah, that would probably be me. I'm a nobody.
What's up? No, I mean, I've seen you on Twitter, but hey, I only know people from Twitter.
I'm just the average Joe gamer.
That's kind of what I was doing today, though, man. Just, we could have a few people that aren't normally on the show, too. I don't care.
I don't know.
I'm not normally on the show.
I'm as thick as it, of this shit as everybody.
Are
Let's
you
see.
pro or against? Or you
Yeah.
not care? And
Are you-
Like I think the main thing that I'm sick of is all the big words that they're using. I have to sit there and I have to like Google half the shit that they say. It's like I don't fucking understand what the hell. It took me forever to finally figure out how to pronounce misogyny, and that's because of my soggy knees. I mean, get on my nerves, man. I think they're above everybody else, and if it was just me, I sort of got it. I'd just kick them all in the mouth.
Let's see. Super kick,
And
Tom.
that's my own opinion, not Gamergate. If there's anybody that's listening,
That's cool. Yeah, we know that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Twitter. We could talk about Twitter yesterday. That was kind of fucking crazy there. My follower count. I was just so happy that I had gotten it over 4,000. And then it went to 0 all of a sudden. And that was after they had sent me a suspension notice because of some trolls spamming the report. So that was crazy as fuck. What happened? Did anybody else here have their Twitter fucked with, or was it just me? I mean, I know there were other people that had it happen, but do we have any others here?
I think it might have been. I mean, it certainly wasn't me.
Oh, you didn't have yours fucked with?
They don't know me. I tend to keep a low profile, I guess you could say, despite.
It happened to some, less following people too.
Yeah.
Following. Less follower account people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just
safe in that whole ordeal. But I did find it funny that when it was happening, Still Gray or Ching Chong Chong Wing Wong or whatever the fuck you want to call him, the Hitler guy. He everybody that people were getting fucked up. But I think he had something.
Yeah, your mic's kind of breaking up there, player.
yeah. I think he was talking about Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, I think so too. Little Hitler himself. Yeah, that's right. Yesterday, I'm glad you mentioned that because he tried to say, I guess maybe this is what you're trying to say. Right after all this happened, he tried to say people that were just anybody that was tweeting to the Gamergate tag was at risk for for getting Twitter suspended, and trying to say that Twitter was the ones doing it, which is not true.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It probably happened maybe an hour when he mentioned it, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this motherfucker had something to do with it. I just know it.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a bunch of different stuff. I've heard that it was trolls. Maybe some of the troll organizations I've dealt with in the past. Also, that maybe it was feminist trolls types that created some bots and stuff. I've heard some stuff on that, so I really can't say. But if I do find out more, I will definitely write that up.
That's the magic of the internet, though. You don't know who is saying it, and without any proof, you can't really go after any one person or organization to do so. And that's that's what we've been trying to say the whole time. That somebody is out there doing these things, and it's bad that they're doing them. But the only way to go about it is to go to the proper authorities. And in this case, the proper authorities would be going to Twitter. That's their responsibility to address these issues, and they failed you. You lost all of your followers for some time. You got them reinstated, thank God. But
yeah, let me say that man, the outpouring of support from Gamergate community was really fucking cool yesterday, because everybody was helping me build my followers back up, even though it turned out I didn't need it because it reset back. But it was still really, really cool to see. And I ended up gaining 400 or 500 followers, so thanks to whoever did it, I guess.
It must have been a heart-stopping experience, too, because
dude.
I rolled out of bed one morning, went over to my Twitter, and saw I had a big fat goose egg.
I was so sick.
I probably would have a heart attack.
Yeah, and it had been building up over these last 2 months, and like I said, yeah, I was pretty happy about it 4,000, and then it went to 0. Yeah, I was pretty sick. But Twitter rose to the occasion. I have to give them props. I wasn't happy that it happened in the first place, but they did step up to the plate. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the downside to automated systems, though. There's not much.
Yeah, man.
That's why I'm curious what the requirement is, because I don't see how you would get tagged and someone like IA or Sargon wouldn't. There has to be some sort of automated part to it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think IA got hit or anybody. I know that Daniel Vavra got hit, but it was some kind of algorithm. It's a bot that did it. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what the magic formula was, but I'm not sure. But I'm back now and better. So
was it worse than when you got doxxed on the stream?
So what?
Was it worse than when your hitbox stream got doxxed?
Yeah, because I didn't give a fuck about getting doxxed. I mean, I knew that was going to happen anyway. My name is the Ralph, and that's my real name, so it's probably,
Clever.
Yeah, I know. Well, I used it.
Ralph, and he lives in the South.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed this?
I know. But anyway, so I knew that was going to happen. But
You
the
think
Twitter
the two are
followers.
connected, possibly?
Well, I don't want to say, but
what
I'm
is
sure that there's a possibility. I don't know though. I don't want to put the blame on anybody yet because I don't really know. And it wasn't just me. It was a lot of people got hit. Of course, they've doxed other people too, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, whatever I find out, I will report. I don't care who it was. So, but I'm trying to be fair here. I don't know who it was. So.
Yeah, sure, you don't know who it was.
Yeah.
What? Is there evidence that suggests that you do know who it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's speculate.
Well, I mean,
Are you saying it was Shellfish?
Yeah.
I think it was you. You have been MIA the last couple of days.
Mm. I was programming bots.
I was listening to hip hop in the background. What was that? Okay.
He's just got an open microphone. That's what that is.
Yeah. I'm about to kill him, whoever it is.
Not me.
I'm not used to this. Google Hangout's kind of a cool setup, but it feels like if something like that happens, it's difficult to either mute somebody or just kick them.
Nah, you can kick him easily. I mean, I can kick him right now. Hide from broadcast.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you can kick. I'm starting to get used to this. So one reason it's good is because I'm still going to use Hitbox some, but one reason it's good is because it uploads like immediately after the broadcast. You know, it's just there, so I don't have to spend an hour fucking transferring it over and shit. Sometimes the files are big, and it's just a pain in the ass.
I feel you on that one. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Oh, just from the Khaleesi of SJWs. By the way, that name is hilarious. I question sometimes if she's actually read all the way through up to the most recent book, obviously, A Game of Thrones, because Daenerys is not somebody you want to emulate if you've gotten that far. And I'm going to do this without spoilers or anything like that, but I'm going to say this. Daenerys gets really dumb and makes a lot of big blunders. Is that somebody you really want to identify with and like emulate? Because she's losing badly at every turn, and it just amuses me that she has named herself after that in that particular case. With that said, she says that it started out as pure harassment, it changes to seem legitimate and rope in bystanders and use people with real concerns as a shield. By this measure, is she actually conceding that we do have real ethical and like legitimate issues with what's going on in the industry now? That's what I'm reading into here. Is she actually conceding we've had a point? Or we have a point now? Because the point's never changed! The only thing they ever had against Gamergate was harassment. So if they're saying it's this and that, and we know it's not this, it's always been that, is she finally conceding the point? Have we made it that far?
I don't think she even knows what conceding the point means.
Well,
Checkmate.
Yeah, I think, let's see, I tried to get Ben in here. I guess I didn't even see that was him. Are you here?
Ben
wait.
Kutera?
Hold up. He's muted. He's got his mic muted. Tokyo Ben's in here, though, if we can.
Yeah, I've been trying to skirt. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Hello?
It's coming.
Oh, yeah, there. I didn't know if the microphone was working or not.
Yeah, man, it's working.
Okay, cool.
You good?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Tokyo Ben, is that the guy from TV Tokyo?
Yeah.
Oh, what up, man?
What is TV Tokyo?
Yeah.
It's Japanese television station, I believe.
I've been scurrying around trying to put it in the gut spot where it says you. But I couldn't find the TV Tokyo logo fast enough, so you guys just muted me. That's cool.
No, it's like, it's muting you on its own. I'm not the one muting you.
Yeah, I think you have it set to a sound threshold. So
yeah, it's muting you by itself, man. I'm not doing
that'll
it.
cut off like the very beginning of your speech. I say just leave the mic open or just manually mute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a little time before you speak after you unmute.
Yeah. Mm. But anyway, we have Tokyo Ben here. Tokyo
Okay,
TV
that sucks. Sorry about the music in the background.
No, that's not a problem. I just didn't know where it was coming from. But yeah. Let's see. What else happened this week?
What about was that Total Biscuit Steven Tortillo interview?
That was this week.
I actually didn't watch much of that.
I watched the entire thing.
Did you really?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Oh man, come on. I don't know.
I just serious? You guys didn't watch it?
I didn't. What? I mean, I watched some of it, but I can't. I don't know. I watched some.
You can't commit to the cause. I see this is.
Nah, I don't know if I want to even hear that bullshit for an hour.
Am I the only one who listened to it?
No, I also listened to it. Tortilla did a good job dancing around a couple things.
Yeah,
he had one or two good points that he did put out there, and he did say that they were making strides to make Kotaku better.
Is it worth listening to the other however many minutes there are? Listen to about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't listen to every single thing because, you know, I got to put in work and stuff too, so I don't get to listen to every single stream and shit, but...
Nice excuse.
I don't know, King of
Well, no, and plus I didn't want to hear
Well,
the.
let me and Mitsu enlighten you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and illuminate, like I said earlier.
Well,
Expound on this.
There was some dancing around, but basically Total Biscuit invited to tell
Did
him.
he say anything about Grayson?
Yes, he did.
What did he say then?
Talked about everything, and well, basically he's saying that he felt that Grayson and Miss Quinn were not significantly friendly enough at the time when the article was written to warrant a disclaimer, and he feels that he was simply doing what he expects any of his journalists or reporters, as he called them,
Yes.
to do. Which is he made it very clearly. He's like, I'm not calling them journalists, I'm gonna call them reporters. But he said that that was just making connections. Before he acknowledges that it was a romantic relationship, but when that article was written about the game jam, I believe it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that he was just making connections, and
Well, see, I don't believe that at all.
that.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
There's some truth to it, but
It's full of
my
shit.
doubts
Come on,
about
dude.
that in particular.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what they say, but
I mean, just because it's what they say, there certainly can be truth to that, but it doesn't necessarily make it okay.
even if it was true,
I mean,
he
considering their track record,
Well,
it's definitely a lie.
Kotaku.
that's what I think. Yeah.
Wonderful track record in the history of games journalism, I'm sure. But he definitely went on record and said a lot of things involving where he feels the ethical lines have been crossed, and he also said that he feels like ethics often handcuffs a reporter from doing their job right, and I think everybody should be losing their shit over that.
Yeah, he said that's why Kotaku doesn't have a code of ethics.
Yeah, or it doesn't follow one as strictly as other publications may do so. He was just like, yeah, ethical guidelines, these things. And he was very unwilling to state exactly where certain lines were in when it's okay to disclose any sort of relationship that one has. And Total Biscuit hammered him on it. Total Biscuit said, this is where a line could be. Do you think that there is any harm in revealing the kind of working relationship you may have with one of these people? And he said no, because he started blabbling about, keeping sources anonymous for some reason like that. And I'm just like, this is not what we're talking about. What he's talking about is, do you have a problem putting forth any sort of working relationship and saying that, okay, these people were friends and they once went out to karaoke and they are familiar with each other and they occasionally, have dinner. Is there anything wrong with saying that in your article? No. And I don't know why he has such a huge problem saying that. And then, oh man.
I was blown away by his just blatant defense of not needing to say anything, even though it's completely harmless. You could just do away with this whole situation if you just were way more cautious, overly cautious. You're like, yeah, I've known this person for a couple of years, and we went out to a bar a couple of times.
Yeah, and I think he asked specifically to Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit didn't have an answer, and I do have an answer for this.
All right, what's the question he asked?
He asked specifically to Total Biscuit, where do you think the line is where you should disclose a relationship with somebody else? And Total Biscuit couldn't really give him an answer, but the answer is very clear. If you are spending any time outside of a professional work context with somebody, you should reveal that relationship. So when you see them saying they're going to go and hang out at karaoke, whether or not it's actually going to happen or not, it speaks to me like they actually do know each other better than they're letting on. And that should be disclosed.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to
matter. If they're having dinner and there's a recording device on that table and they're doing an interview while they're having dinner for any sort of, whatever, that's a work relationship. That's fine. You're doing a piece on somebody. So that's okay. And that's really where it is. If you're friends with somebody, fucking say it. It's okay. Like, I will judge you well based on that, and I will understand where you're coming from and not think less of you. I'll think less of you when you hide it.
Yeah, and even if they, didn't do karaoke, or even if they just canceled the entire thing, you can't look at it necessarily as we never went out to go have dinner or whatever outside of a professional context. You still need to acknowledge that you know someone well enough that you would even consider or even ask to hang out with them. I mean, that's something we got to look at too. If you have that kind of friendship with someone where it's like, oh hey, you want to go hang out? It's like, oh shit, maybe I am friends with the person. I should just acknowledge it rather than do
And
whatever.
Hey, hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. I tried to get in earlier and I had trouble trying to set this thing up.
Yeah, what's up, man? We're having a community stream here. I think this might be the most guests I've ever had on a stream. Let's see.
Well, at least you got somebody who has had a bit of issue with something else that happened. Did you were the one that reported about the GNAA, right?
Yeah, I was actually.
Yeah. Did you see my special report video about that where I brought him up?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I brought him up, and apparently they went to try to say that the pterodactyl, or whoever it was a god amongst men.
Pterodax. Pterodax! That guy!
I didn't see that actually, but a
Yeah,
god amongst men. Wait, who said that? Pterodax? Wait, I didn't.
let me see if I can get that up here.
I didn't. I don't. Man, you don't have to bring it up.
What's all going on here at the GNAA and all that?
Basically, I wrote an article about them a couple weeks back.
I wrote an article about them.
And
That's all you need to know.
some of them didn't like it. And I think they're.
Oh, gee, you wrote an article that somebody didn't agree with?
No, that never
Who
happened.
saw that coming?
By the way, if no one knows, my name is JD Shadow. I do have a YouTube channel up on... Yeah, you know where it is.
Yeah. Everybody go join it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was trying to figure out how to get in here without it using my real name.
oh yeah, you're scared. No, I'm just
Yeah,
messing.
getting a little this little doxing thing. I don't want any syringes and
Oh,
knives
yeah.
coming to my house.
I can't blame anybody that does that because some people have different, some people lead different lives. I don't give a fuck myself, but some people are in a position where it might fuck them over. So.
All right. Well, do we want to keep talking about? Do you want to talk about GNA, or do you want to keep talking about this interview that TB did?
Just
So
keep
I
talking
got
about the
some
interview. We'll talk about GNA in a minute.
I think
GNA in a minute. I don't really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mitsu's still here?
Finish up on. Did he drop off? No, he's still here. I think.
Yeah, man. I'm just sitting and listening.
Yeah.
man.
Go ahead and finish your thoughts on.
Okay. Well, I got a question for you. Mitsu.
Totino's Pizza Rolls interview. Finish your thoughts on that.
Let
What's
me
up,
shoot
man?
you this question. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think we're both in agreement that there should be disclosure about a friendship and everything like that. But how much of it do you think is believable that kind of going out to these bars or making friends is legitimately kind of what a reporter should try and do in terms of getting contacts? I mean, they want to brush up and be friendly with these people so that they can hear info first from them, right?
Absolutely. I don't think there's a problem with them going out and having these kinds of relationships, but I think that there needs to be a certain context for it. When you're I'll even grant them this. I'll say if you're at a convention and you do that, that's fine because that's what everybody is there for. That's technically work to me. That's like when I went to PAX this most recent time and I had dinner with a bunch of community managers. If I ever decide to write about those community managers, or hopefully I get to work with them one day in a more professional context, God help me if anybody tried to sink my career based on that, I would think that is something that's okay as long as I say, hey, yeah, I would even write about that if that was the case. I'd be like, yeah, I totally sat down and we had dinner and I, for the first time ever, cracked lobster legs or crab legs.
Is that a metaphor for something else?
No, that's literally the truth. We actually went out to a crab shack, and that was the first time I ever actually played around with seafood for the first time. It was a great time, because community managers are the best ever. But the point is, I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with any of it as long as it's either outside of inside a professional context or disclosed immediately and openly and honestly, and it's detailed and it's there. You know what you even do? You could just have a page dedicated on their websites where they say they have like a full disclosure page and
Who I'm friends with.
link to it. Yeah, and it's just like, how do I know this person? How do I know that person? Am I... And you know what? That would be great, too, because that would allow them to promote their friends via a page like that. And then we'd know. We'd know all these contacts at a glance. I'm okay with that, too. And that's an idea that just came up with the fly, so, But,
That's an interesting idea. Because that could legitimately, like, promote people, too.
Yeah.
That could, like, satisfy both camps. And I already know Gawker has that app where they, like, fucking stalk celebrities. So maybe they should just stalk their own reporters.
Gawker's a whole different can of worms. Completely whole different can of worms. But it'd be great to see them try and take strides. And I would love to promote these ideas to them. I'm sure we all would love to promote these ideas to them. But what are they steeped in still? It's still a movement about misogyny. It's still a movement about harassment. And no legitimate discussion can be had until you get past it. And that's why the David Pakman interviews, that's why Total Biscuit versus Totillo was a good interview. But they refuse to have anything else outside of that context. They just can't get over it.
I think I might have a reason as to why that is. It might be because there's another war being waged here. Because what's been going on, I've seen, is that these traditional media outlets, what they're worried about as well is their readership dwindling in comparison to people like Total Biscuit, people like the Let's Players on YouTube. Their viewership is growing, and they see these people, Total Biscuit, and them being more truthful than any of the traditional media has ever been to them. So it's kind of a revenge tactic as well, to where they're using this whole misogyny. Hey, look, these YouTube people who are supporting Gamergate, they're also for misogyny and all this other stuff as a front in order to tackle what might be really going on here, which is they're trying to get their readership back through
What you think? So basically, what you're saying is they're using this as a front in some ways to diminish the power of the YouTubers. Or...
Yeah, especially because you have that consumer-to-consumer interaction there, to where it's more.
Well, it's their competition to them. I mean, it's definitely competition. I know some people that never even read the sites, really just hung out on YouTube, mostly got all their news there.
I've been sitting on this for a little while, and I'm glad that I could bring this up. They keep misattributing, all the threats and everything to Gamergate, and they keep saying this, this is obviously an issue about feminism, and they all address themselves and see themselves as feminists, and that's fine. If you want to identify as a feminist, great, especially if you stand for all the positive aspects that do come out of feminism, because it's disingenuous to say that any movement as a whole can be completely bad, unless it's like the KKK or ISIS or something like that. Because obviously when you start killing people and threatening people, that's a problem. Which is not Gamergate and it's not feminism. Except that they attribute Gamergate to doing these things. Now, you could turn it on them. There's something I found the other day, thanks to going back and forth for a while. There was a woman named Suzanne Steinmetz. And Suzanne was a prominent feminist for some time, and she was going to give a speech at the University of Delaware. She was going to give a speech at the University of Delaware on the parts on feminism that should also address battered men, and that kind of, egalitarian, equalistic kind of issue. And what happened is she got a threatening phone call from a woman at home saying, if you don't stop talking about battered men, this is an actual quote, something's going to happen to your children and it won't be safe for you to go out. Nobody has ever talked about this, and that is from the book Legalizing Misandry from Public Shame to Systemic Discrimination Against Men by P. Nathanson and Catherine Young. And that's just something that you don't hear. So by that token, could it be said that all feminists now are people who are responsible for horrible death threats to other feminists?
Well, I don't think we should blame...
Yeah, I don't think that's a bold claim to make.
I mean, yeah, I know, but we're turning the shoe on it. We're putting the shoe on the other foot now. Yeah, obviously not. The answer is no. But you have to be able to understand and recognize that this isn't just, Gamergate doing this to them or feminists doing it to other feminists. Anyway, people are just shitty. people are just shitty, and they're going to do shitty things. They're going to say shitty things.
Well, there are radicals and extremists in every fucking group you could ever think of.
That's right. And
Every single group. I mean, literally, it doesn't matter if it's about crocheting or fucking, lawn care. There's like anything. There's people that are more
extreme
hardcore.
lawn care.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah, lawn care. I don't know where that came from.
No. I want to see extreme lawn care. Are you kidding me?
But political parties, sports fans, think about it. Hooligans with soccer.
yeah, I mean,
football. Excuse me. Go
like
ahead.
ISIS, you don't see anybody blaming all Muslims for what ISIS has been doing or what Al Qaeda did, right?
Well, I mean, you do see people
you
doing
do,
that,
but
but
they're
they're called
extreme.
out. Yeah, they're. I mean, you do see it, but then there's the mainstream. They're always like, no, you can't do that. Stop being racist. But when they do it to us, it's cool. So yeah, I don't know. That guy's a fucking crackhead loon. I think they're talking about old Bobby O.V. there. Bobby Olivier.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. Bobby O's ridiculous.
That guy. How has he not been picked up yet? I mean, I know he has been before, but might be time for the 5-0 to come take another look at this guy.
Did you see his campaign video?
No, I can't say that I have, man.
Oh God. I think Todd.
Maybe I need to though.
His campaign video, and it's just a picture of him, like not a picture, but it's just him jogging through the streets of Newport, wherever that Newport is, and they list a whole bunch of positive aspects for a candidate, and then at the end he goes, "Yeah, I'm like that too," and then he walks off, and it looks like some public access shit, like it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Are we sure this guy's not a performance artist or something? Like, is he
be.
playing a joke on us, or I don't know though. I think he's just crazy because somebody sent me some stuff. Apparently, he's been picked up a lot in the past. So sounds like a schizophrenic to me, but who knows? Full rogue star. Always go full rogue star. I didn't see the reference they were talking about there. But I agree.
Go full rogue star. Watch the first episode of the Spellcast. On the first show we've had him on. I think the first show he ever went on for streams. He goes fucking off, and it's great.
Yeah, you can look back through my library too. He's been on here a few times, and he's always boisterous. Spells cast. When are you doing another one of those, man?
Tonight, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh cool, man. Who are you gonna have on?
I'm gonna have Oliver. I'm going to have Andre, coding teddy bear, a guy who's making a Gamergate RPG. Like legitimately, he's trying to make one.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That should be
him,
interesting.
Oliver, and I'm gonna have a couple of other developers that are indie that are making a Final Fantasy Tactics / Magic the Gathering game, allegedly.
Cool, man.
So
I didn't even know you were having a show tonight, man. You should have mentioned that earlier.
I am. You can follow me at SpellsFired, all one word, on Twitter, and you can email
Everybody
me.
check that shit out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta get my shilling in. So
That's cool. Let's see. What else do we have? Chat, submit something witty here.
There's always Arthur if you want to go with him real quick. The wonderful Arthur Chu. That's his last name?
Oh,
yeah, him and Pac-Man are getting into it.
are they getting into it right now? Or?
Little Rottweiler.
This guy.
Yeah,
Arthur
Arthur says he's willing to do an interview with David Pacman because he's willing to be grilled, quote unquote, because the consequences for him will be low. And I looked at that and I said, well, that's a trap. Because if he gets no threats, he'll say it's because he's a male that's speaking out, so of course he's not going to get any threats. And then if he does get any threats, he'll say, see, Gamergate can't handle a prominent male figure talking out about Gamergate defending women.
Arthur Chu is
amazing.
Talk about Stilgray's little brother.
Somebody just told me Synthevine wanted on. Let's see if we can get him on.
That Arthur guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about him. I think he's crazy too.
I think he might be in the same category as Bobby there, yeah.
Someone from chat.
Not quite as far gone, though.
I think you need to make a Twitter account and tweet up Ralph.
What? I didn't hear.
That's what I did.
Someone named
somebody's trying to join the... Yeah, we might have the limit on guests here, guys. We tried to get TV Tokyo Ben. He was in here for like 5 minutes, and then the connection sucks. So we'll get him on here again though.
He says he's a comedian. Has anybody actually seen anything he's done in terms of comedy?
Who, Bobby Olivier?
No, Arthur too.
Oh no, I haven't. I actually was thinking that myself. I read that on his profile, and I haven't seen anything.
I would love to hear some of his stand-up. See how well he can tell a joke.
Who, Chew?
It's probably all a bunch of
No way.
you're in the
It's probably-
KKK jokes and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. What's the difference between a Jew and a pizza?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh man, I love
Have you guys touched on the subject of what's been going on with David Pack recently, with all the harassment he's been getting for?
Yeah, we.
Yeah, man.
Is he legitimately getting harassment though? I mean, this is fucking Twitter, folks. This is the internet.
I'm the first person to admit that Twitter is like sort of a cesspool in which you're already taken out of context because you're taking yourself out of context, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, tweeting. Yeah, we talked about this at the top of the show, but tweeting an interview request is now harassing somebody. It's pretty crazy, really. Was always just looking for some bullshit to cry about.
Well, of course she is. She's losing the Victim Olympics, man. She's getting beat out by Anita and
Brianna Williams pulled
I
ahead.
really hope there's a triple threat like cage match.
Did you see what Zoe Quinn had to say in response to what Brianna Wu said about her being the most
Yeah, I did.
harassed figure on
Yeah.
GG?
Then today she was like, "Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. I was just talking about the numbers. I wasn't even talking about I was the top harassed." And we're just like, "Yeah, right."
Even better. Did you all see Sue Park trying to be relevant again?
Yeah, I did actually. She was basically shitting on the whole thing because white women can never be harassed as much as her. And then I saw a tweet from her last night. She said, "I won't pretend. I won't act like all this has made me stronger because it's definitely stunted my growth," or some shit like that. It just made me laugh.
Do you remember a while back, and this is what it reminds me of, and I'm ashamed that I even saw this because God do I hate them. Gawker actually put out a bracket, the most privileged or the least privileged bracket, and you got everybody got to vote, and every day they'd cycle through the votes and everything like that of different disenfranchised groups and which would be the most disenfranchised and least privileged group there is out there.
Somebody put up a link to Arthur's comedy. It looks like a lone deer there in the chat.
Oh yeah, there it is. I said.
What does it consist of, lone deer?
Asian jokes. I'm
no.
If he's not that fan, like, what does he think he is?
that fan. Oh lord.
Ralph, did you check out Kotaku in action about Jim Sterling and Anthony Birch's dig controversy? No, I didn't. Does anybody else here know about that?
Get divorced.
Yeah,
I feel bad.
Wait, Ebola knows about
I
it.
don't. Victory.
What is the deal there, Ebola?
I have to AFK.
Okay. Well, there goes that discussion.
Wah, wah.
Jim Sterling. The chat will tell us.
Tell us, chat. Please fill us in.
Is between Sterling and Birch about death.
Brianna, more death threats? Is that the same ones from this morning that were obviously?
It's probably the ones we were talking about from.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That was high comedy there.
I would put that about Comedy Platinum 3. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely up there.
But yeah, I feel bad for Birch. Poor guy. I would never make fun of somebody who like is going through.
Oh, I did, man. I can't lie. I did have.
Well,
I did have a couple pokes at him there on Twitter.
I have no problem with anybody making fun of anything because I think anything is okay with comedy. But I personally I feel really.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. What's the big thing about comedy that George Carlin used to say? Is that
nothing sacred?
Yeah, find a line and then intentionally cross it.
Yeah, I like that. Richard Pryor, that's probably my favorite comedian, so I'll probably tell you about that.
I admit it's a low blow to joke about that. And I probably wouldn't with anyone I was friends with or who was just not a
No.
complete douchebag, but
No, I wouldn't. Definitely wouldn't.
Hirsch is a little special.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're joking about autism now, according to people in the SJW side, so why not?
Well, we kind of are.
Wow.
4chan's been doing that for forever.
We
Sorry.
kind of are.
Sorry.
God. Stop giving up the game, man.
Yeah, man, you can't make fun of anything. Why is neckbeard a pejorative? Is it my fault that I can't grow a full, long Viking-style beard that I can braid? It's not my
Yeah,
fault.
I can't
the one
grow
thing-
that Daniel Vavra style beard that I need. That's
Yeah,
what,
man. Check your facial
Yeah, the-
privilege.
I do find it funny when someone who's for women's rights and is very offended by these jokes calls someone else a virgin, because you're literally putting women on a pedestal by saying that someone is less of a person because they failed to have sex with a woman. I mean, it's literally what you're saying when you try and insult them like that. So you're
I'm back.
objectifying women.
All right, Ebola, fill us in about that
Listen,
Kotaku in action thread. Do you remember?
There's been a lot of Kotaku in action threads. You're gonna have
One
to
about
refresh
Jim
my memory.
Sterling and Anthony
Sterling.
Birch dig controversy.
I have no idea about that. I
I
just
thought
know
you said you
he-
knew.
yeah.
No, I said he's getting a divorce. That's
Oh,
all
okay,
I said.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I knew that. So, Jim Sterling was involved in a massive push to abuse Dig to get more traffic for Destructoid. That's what somebody alleges here. We don't know that that was true, but no problem with exploring it, so I just retweeted that. I've had enough of Destructoid's cheating. Hold on, my fucking cat's going nuts. Get the fuck away from that. Alright. He fucking took these Ritz that I threw at him this morning so he would let me sleep. And now he's just like snatched them off my desk and is fucking torturing me with it, I guess, for revenge. Alright. Anyway, enough of my evil cat. I've had enough of Destructoids cheating. It angers me in knowing that they can make a quick buck just by using Dig's traffic. I mean, look at this image I've conducted. They use their staff members to quickly dig up a new submitted article so it gains popularity. Take a look at their profiles. They dig only Destructoid articles. Blah blah blah. But the article, this image goes deep into it. I don't really have the time to examine it here. But Morphine Jim was his name on there, which is pretty funny. Anyway, I'll link that in the chat if somebody wants to read it. But it wouldn't surprise me in the least. So. I'm so sick of Google blocking links and shit. Alright. Fucking bastards.
Well, if you use Hitbox, which Spellfire uses,
Hey, I'm a hitbox guy. What are you talking about? I don't think I have used it since the hack though. But
somebody in chat actually said Gamergate is left versus right.
No,
That's
not.
something that I really am starting to get a little bit tired of. This is a bipartisan effort. This is conservative versus conservative, liberal, gay, straight, bigender, black, white, Christian, Muslim, you name it. Those kinds of people are all in Gamergate. And if like so many people were using this hashtag, were using it for misogynistic and vitriolic purposes, I would not want to come out of my house because of fear I might get killed within 2 seconds of me going out of it.
Yeah.
Because I have to question society as a whole if so many people are using this hashtag for that purpose.
I mean, that article also apparently is by Ezra Klein, so if you're looking for anything involving that guy, you're not going to get a fair shake if you really think about that.
He did have a good quote in there. I have to find it that I actually did like, but I'll have to look it up. So just give me a second. Go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah, he's one of the editors over at Vox. And
yeah, that's right.
He often is very outspoken in very, very, very authoritative issues. That's what it really boils down to. It's an authoritarian versus libertarian standpoint, and a lot of us, in fact, if you looked at that chart, almost everybody involved in Gamergate is on the bottom of the 4-quadrant political chart that we've all used probably to death now. And you know what gets me? We keep talking about harassment. We keep talking about all these things. You know what they don't want to admit they don't want to admit where the natural progression of that ends. Nobody wants harassment. Nobody wants death threats. We all want to see these people brought to justice. Well, how do we go about finding them and getting them brought to justice? Well, we need less anonymity on the internet. That's what they're asking for. And if that's what they want, fine. Let them say that in person, out loud for everyone to hear. That way, when they start opposing things like SOPA and PIPA, we can say, well, why do you want less anonymity on the internet? You seem to be wanting to bring the internet into a more secure instead of, free society and open area.
Here's the quote I kind of liked. I mean, it's not perfect. It doesn't describe my feelings exactly, but I mean, the whole article in full is basically more bullshit, but there was one good quote in it. This resonates with a lot of gamergaters who, though they see themselves as liberal, they feel dismissed and even hated by the social justice left. They're for equal pay and they voted for Barack Obama, so why are they being made the enemy just because the women in their games have skimpy outfits? Yeah, I mean, I've been against these people for a long time, and I consider myself more on the left side. But if you don't fall in line with a lot of these SJWs and what they're trying to do with their feminist bullshit, you're not considered, a true progressive or whatever, a true liberal or whatever you want to call it. And this has been going on for a while. It's not just now. They've been trying to do this for a long time, and this is even though most people on the left aren't with these people. They use intimidation tactics and silencing tactics to enforce their view on people who don't actually agree with it, but who don't feel like fighting with them. You know what I mean? Or they'll just be like, oh, whatever, it doesn't affect me. Just let them do what they want. But
yeah, and David Pacman is a member of the Young Turks Network, which is a very progressive-leaning news show on the internet. So
extremely.
Well, yeah, and what did he say yesterday? He called himself a feminist, a certain type of feminist that I don't remember.
Second wave?
Yeah,
egalitarian?
I can't remember. No, it wasn't egalitarian though. It was like, a feminist just like they are. I'll have to look it up, but.
If I remember correctly, it was just he just called himself a progressive feminist.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Which is perfect. I might not see eye to eye with David Pack on a lot of things because, like, I am a Republican.
Right.
I know. Please don't bully me.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. No.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a difference between being Republican and being the Rush Limbaugh.
I mean, it's fine. I don't even care what you are.
I'll be honest here. I don't mind having a golden microphone. You kidding me?
That thing is pretty sweet, I gotta say. Hopefully I can work my way up to the golden mic.
Yeah, man, I want one of those.
But anyway, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I accept everybody for who they are, no matter political, anything like that. And, I've been following, you guys gotta understand, this Gamergate thing, the core of it has been going around, I want to say probably 3 or 4 years. Ever since I've been going to 4chan, which is like back in 2001 or whatever.
You there?
Looks like we might have lost him.
Oh man, right in the middle of the anecdote there.
Yep. He's about to reveal the secret of life, and
I know, we were so close. It was sounding good though, for real.
Yeah.
Down for bipartisanship.
But yeah, I don't know. I used to do a little more demonizing myself, but this has opened my eyes up a lot about how the media plays ball with trying to blacklist people and shit like that.
It boggles my mind. Look on what we have accomplished as Gamergate. Look who has come together. You have Retort and WikiLeaks working together. That never happens. Ever.
It's crazy.
Retort and Occupy Wall Street have nothing in common. And now they do. They're both working on the same side of this issue, and nobody seems to really realize that. Everybody is coming together saying that this is bullshit and something needs to be done about it. And still, despite all of this, despite all these people who I'm sure all of those people who are anti-Gamergate definitely supported, keep coming out and saying, this is bullshit. Maybe there's something to all of these problems. They keep saying, nope, it's rooted in misogyny, and now you are too because you're coming forth and doing it. It's Occupy Wall Street! They went and they set up tent camps trying to protest the 1%. This is shit that you were supposed to be for, and now they're just misogynist because they believe that there's corruption in journalism? Oh, God.
Well, it's like if you have any kind of deviation from their whole, the whole menu of their dogma, then you're fucking fucked. Like, I don't care about, I know some people abortion's a big deal. That's not my thing. I'm not, I don't care about all that. I'm basically with them on that. I'm with them on a lot of stuff. Equal pay. Just contraception, everything basically except for their cultural agenda. And that's the part I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And their censorship, that just kills me.
Yeah. Anybody remember I think it was 2012, on PAX, there was this cosplayer by the name of Jessica Negri that was promoting Lollipop Chainsaw, and she got nearly kicked out of PAX because they didn't like her outfit or something like that. But then they let these half-naked males go wander around or in their cosplay outfits or whatever.
Try and kick Negri out of something? That would have went over very well. She's got so much pull, and people. What was it? She was promoting Lollipop Chainsaw, you said?
Yeah, and you remember the game? There was this outfit where she had the pink jumpsuit outfit, where it's almost unzipped past her waistline.
Yes, I remember that now. Yeah.
That was the one they had an issue with, and they told her to change, so she changed into the cheerleader outfit, and they said that they had a problem with that as well.
I think they had a problem with her having big breasts, is what it was.
Yeah.
And then 1 month, I think it was last year, that whole Dick Wolves thing came back.
They had a problem with her having big breasts? Is that what you said? I didn't catch all that. Somebody was talking about my cat in the chat.
Oh,
what did they have against her?
She was hot, basically.
Oh, okay. She had
the outfit that she did. She was cosplaying Juliet.
Nice.
And she was invited there from Warner Brothers. I think that's the developer of it, or the publisher, I think.
Be careful.
Lollipop Chainsaw is something that the more, I guess you could say, here's the thing, and this is another thing. I didn't realize that feminism also had a sex positive and sex negative atmosphere to it, and they approach a lot of these issues from a sex negative aspect of feminism, and that goes back to the Lollipop Chainsaw issues that you were just talking about. How dare you dress up like this? Did you show off the goods? And then at the same time, then you have a sex positive where you have a slut walk where you say this is my body. They protest these rules where men can go topless and women can't. And I think that if you're going to approach feminism, a sex positive is definitely the better way to go about it. That's why I'm sure all of us here in this chat right now have absolutely no problems with Bayonetta and Polygon's very sham review of Bayonetta.
You should go read the Spells Fired one. It's much better.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, you do now.
You should. Hey, you're welcome to post it if you have one.
You do now.
It's probably on a prototype site. I'm going to go check the prototype and laugh. Speaking of spellsar.com, you all should look forward to it. It's a community-driven website where everyone can write reviews. You don't have to be signed up on an account. You could be posting anonymously, and it will work very similar to 4chan and Reddit in that you can post threads, but you'll present them more as an article. You can embed videos or pictures, and we will actually feature them on the front page.
It's not up yet, right?
No.
I'm looking at it right now.
It says next week, but that's been there for about 3 months now.
I know, that's why I asked, yeah. When do you think it will be up?
Not sure. We're still looking for some other help. We still got to get it by a graphic designer.
Oh, okay.
I haven't talked to Arif in a bit, but it's only a 3-man team. It's me, the head coder, and...
Oh, yeah, I know the feels on that, yeah.
And it's not a WordPress blog, so.
Yeah, good old WordPress.
Oh,
Thank you
no,
very
sorry.
much.
Don't worry, we'll
I
be
wouldn't know how to do shit without WordPress. I was gonna use I think it was Drupal when I first started off, but I'm glad I used WordPress instead.
No, it's good. We're just trying to build something from the ground up, so.
Yeah, man, I feel you on that one. It's tough though. It's tough to get your name out there and like get shit done.
Just write some hit pieces on Lee Alexander. That seemed to work for me.
Yeah, I'll be sure to brush up on it.
Yeah.
Has anybody gone to the Gamergate.me website yet?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's a nice little place.
Yeah, I like the site.
Yeah.
I know they got into some things where they were releasing some private messages the other day. I didn't like that, but
What has
The
actually
site-
happened there?
I don't even. Basically, some people were mad about Brianna Wu getting talked about, and honestly, I don't give a shit. I mean, we're gonna talk about whatever we want, and whoever doesn't like it can just fucking go hang themselves. But
Oh, jeez.
that's just my view on it. But
That's the way I really feel.
yeah, if you can't tell, this kind of got me a little pissed. But anyway, so they had a disagreement, and they wanted him to delete a thread, good lord to delete a thread, or some shit like that on his forum. And he basically told them no. They released, I mean, it was longer than that. It was long, it was detailed, fair explanation, and they released that message, that private message, publicly, which is not cool. But I don't know. I like their site, though.
Oh yeah, it's very.
I know they had me linked. I'm not sure if they still do, but I still like the site even if they don't. So good job with that, but not good job with leaking private messages.
Yeah, that's not so cool.
Did it happen this week or last week? Their Total Biscuit also brought something about Mr. Fart to the.
Yeah, that was
What
this past
happened?
week. I support Fart, by the way.
You are not linked on the news outlet we support site.
Oh, I got taken off. Well, fuck them then. But anyway, but I still like the site design. But I don't have much time for cowards. I mean, if you want to be a little bitch, go do something else. But that's just my view. But anyway.
Yeah, I did a little review of the site on my channel. The only real thing I had a problem with is that it was just a nitpick of mine, is that they had two things linking to the exact same homepage, and to me it just seems like waste of space. You could make another link there to something. But that's another nitpick of me being one to really be micromanaging websites in the past. So
I mean, what is this shit about you can't talk about something? I mean, how is that even creeping into Gamergate? I mean, that's exactly what we're fighting against.
Yeah, you're doing the work for them.
Okay. Here's where it comes down to, and there are many different ways to approach this, and I can understand every facet of it, because some people should be out there saying exactly what's on their mind, because it is a consumer revolt, and at the end of the day, like, as consumers, it's not our job to be professional if we're outraged about the issues that we have. It's their job to address it like business people and make sure that we as consumers feel like we're actually being heard and taken care of, which they're not doing. So going out there and saying Totillo is this horror, or well, I'll use Kushera, because Kushera is the one who has admitted now that Polygon is directly a quote-unquote progressive website and is very, very far left in how they write and how they approach certain things. And it's fine. They've admitted to it. So we're saying, as consumers, we don't want that in our articles. And they're saying, tough titties, you're going to get it anyway. So they don't understand why we are having such a vitriolic reaction to what they're saying, because they're essentially saying, this is what we're going to provide you, suck it up, walk it off, dick. And that's not okay with us. Like, and they don't understand that. Now, from the other standpoint, it's very difficult to reach across the aisle and reach across with an open hand when you get thrown shit in your face all the time, but that's how you can win people over to your side. So if I was going to approach Quinn, if I was going to approach Wu, if I was going to approach Otto, if I was going to approach any of them, I would do it with an open hand instead of a closed fist. But I can understand why people go out there with a closed fist.
But see, that's their deal. I mean, you do it. Everybody can handle it however they want. I mean,
That's right. I mean, yes, when you
but coming at me, you know my position. I'm
Oh,
going at them hard as fuck. And if you come at me saying, Ralph, don't put that on the hashtag. I mean, fuck you. You don't control the hashtag. I'll put whatever the fuck I want on that fucking hashtag.
put it on the hashtag, express how angry you are, represent the angrier sides of it. And anger is an emotion, and emotion is not rational, and that is okay. Because we're angry. We've been disenfranchised. We've been beaten down. I personally have felt like a monster for years because I thought there was nothing wrong with how Bayonetta looked. I thought there was nothing wrong with any of the issues that Anita brings up in any of her... I felt like the bad guy! And now, everything comes out, everybody's supporting Gamergate, and suddenly I feel like I'm not alone in all this. And they made me feel like a bag of shit. So, like, I can understand why you, Ralph, you're angry, and you want to vocalize that anger, and you should. But at the same time, also, it's important that there are people who are trying to extend and really explain why people are feeling this way and why it's not okay that they feel.
Well, that's fine, but if you want to take me off your little site because I'm not,
Oh, well, yeah, fuck those people then. That's
I mean, stuff like that, I don't know, it's just...
What about Liana K?
It's
And
just
everyone getting upset.
Oh my god, please don't.
Yeah, here we go. Go ahead, do it.
Can I say?
Please, God. Oh, fuck.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I just think it's hilarious how hypocritical how everyone was all for the article, and then an apology came out, and then suddenly it was bad.
Yeah, fuck them. I'll run that motherfucker again, honestly. Fuck her, too. Because I don't like her. I don't like the white knights always fucking sucking her off on my timeline. Just get away from me with that bullshit, honestly. It's fine. I'm not gonna write another hit on her, but unless she keeps attacking me. But I don't know. It's whatever. People can listen to whoever they want. But don't come at me with some bullshit, because I'm just not listening to it.
All right, then.
I got attacked right away for that Rational Wiki video I made the other day.
And that, why did you bring her up?
There it is.
Yeah.
Because look, the other day I wrote a piece on Jim Sterling. Out of nowhere, this fucking bitch just comes in and starts throwing insults at me, bringing up some shit from 3 weeks ago, not even longer than that, probably. And then they're like, Ralph, why are you attacking Liana? But I didn't attack Liana. She came in some shit that had nothing to do with her and tried to start this shit back up. No, well, why didn't you print her response? Well, okay, she wrote her response like 3 or 4 days later. This, that, and the other. Plus, I'm not obligated to put her fucking response on my site. I didn't think it was true. If you want to read her response, go to her little SJW fucking Tumblr. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, jeez.
SJW Tumblr, isn't that redundant?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. It's whatever, but... I didn't start. They're like, Ralph is starting back up some attacks. Now fuck that. I didn't start shit.
Did you read what she's gonna try to do on the Rational Wiki Facebook page, which is what got me upset?
Now go ahead and talk about the Rational. No, I didn't hear about all that.
What is this Rational Wiki or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, apparently they've been anti-Gamergate for quite some time, and now they're saying, actually, let me see if I can actually get the quote here. Let me see if I can actually bring it up. You guys can go ahead, talk. I'll see if I can bring this up.
Oh, man, we gave you the spotlight. You
Right,
fumbled
yeah.
it. No, just-
Everyone stay quiet.
Make it as awkward as possible. Now I'll put the link to
shit.
the stream I'm gonna do.
Talk about something so I can stop raging for a minute. I can feel my blood pressure fucking rising.
Okay, I won't do it. Basically, what she's saying is that she's going to, on-site, ban any Gamergator and any sympathizer from the Facebook page permanently, and she's going to make a game out of it.
Out of banning people? She's gonna make a game out of it.
Is this where we call on our programmers and just make a bot?
So she could never stop it, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
If you ever need help, we'll put you in touch with our senior Black Hat correspondent.
Yeah.
The guy is fucking magical.
Yeah, I love that guy. But Liana K and Boogie flip flop more than Mitt Romney. That was from the chat, but I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, Boogie's a cool guy. But
Boogie the other night, yeah, Boogie started attacking me, but I went on the stream and we kind of just whatever agreed not to talk about it, so I'm not gonna say it.
So he talked shit about you, and then you went to open discussion.
No, he was talking shit, and I went into the stream chat. It was on Hitbox, and I'm just like, oh, I hear Boogie's telling a bunch of lies about me. And so eventually they started noticing what I was saying because it got more and more, pissed off. And
whose stream was this?
Main event.
Oh.
He's
was Main Event chewing him out?
Yeah, he was actually a lot of the time.
Yeah,
he was going at him hard. Yeah, he was challenging him a lot. But it was pretty good performance by him. But anyway, so he started saying some more shit, and basically, I was just like, man, we'll just put it behind us. So hopefully that's all in the past. I don't know. I guess
Probably
we'll
not.
see. Probably not.
Nice.
Yeah, probably not. But we'll see.
Hmm.
I think Ralph said he's from Memphis. Yes, I am from Memphis. Are you from South Carolina? No, I live there. It was interesting. Leona K doesn't care. That makes two of us. Give a fuck. If you read the article, you know I don't give a fuck. Let's see what else. Anyone notice how Zoe is more like the Viserys of SJWs? Didn't somebody talk about that earlier? Hold up. Event Status is a really underrated guy. Yeah, I gotta agree. I had never really seen his program before that. That was good.
Ooh, Main Event.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen that one YouTube video. It was really good. That man is passionate.
You talking about from the earlier days?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that video too.
He's
I
calling
saw
out.
that on 4chan like way back before I even started writing, I think.
Ah, the good old days. Back when we
Yep, the
visited.
good old days. Back back when I could just hang out on the 4chan, and now I can't even really get on 8chan very much.
I saw a picture from 8chan. I wish I had saved. I think it's from Dexter's Laboratory, or no, maybe it's Powder Puff Girls, where this blonde masked woman was sneaking out of a bank with a giant sack of money.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's about misogyny.
Yeah, that's Powerpuff Girls. That's one.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but she's a recurring villain on that show. It's a good one.
Yeah. It's a great picture. I should have saved it. If chat has it, you guys gotta send it.
Somebody was talking about the Madden thread last night. That was pretty funny too. I was there when that first started, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life.
The Madden GIF one.
Yeah, the original one when people were putting in all the first ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Not respectfully towards you.
Yeah, it was so good. But there are about 50 others in that thread too.
Oh,
They're
man.
just so good. Some of them I probably wouldn't repeat here on the show, but they were still classic. Let's see. I guess we've been going. We still got a pretty good crowd here. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? I think we've.
I think this particular. I don't know if this might be related to Gamergate, but since we're on the subject of gamers, and one of the things that some of these sites also talk about is tech stuff, and I don't know if anybody's caught it. There's this article in the Daily Thought about a site that Verizon has put up called SugarStream.com, and they're allowed to talk about whatever they want, and Verizon is the one that made this site. Only one catch: they're not allowed to talk about net neutrality or American spying, which Verizon was one of the big proponents of.
Yeah, they illegally signed an agreement. Actually, they illegally spied on U.S. citizens. Verizon and a lot of the telecoms did, but they were given immunity after the fact. So that's all.
Yeah, and
Do I have to remind you all about the PRISM program?
the rendition, CIA rendition.
Mm-hmm.
No, the NSA rendition.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's so many rendition programs I can't keep up with them all. But yeah, go ahead and fill us in.
Verizon did exactly the same thing as the NSA PRISM program.
Oh, the Prism. Yes, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. That's some of the stuff Snowden revealed. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, how is old Eddie doing? I haven't heard from him lately. Of course,
Last I
haven't been-
heard, he was in Russia.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's still there.
His girlfriend actually just moved out to go be.
Did
with
she?
him. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. See, I haven't even. I've
How
done
was she
dropped out of the
allowed
regular news.
to leave the country? Isn't she a suspected terrorist now?
No, I mean she didn't actually do anything at all. All they can get her for is just accomplice, but I don't even think they can get her for that.
Yeah,
She
but-
didn't really do anything.
Since
I
when
know.
has the United States ever cared about human rights?
Whenever we can spin it to our advantage. Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody on chat also reminded me of this whole no achievements till justice thing.
Oh, that flop?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no achievements till justice. It's a wonderful hashtag. That they try. Once again, they tried to do another anti-gamer
Is
game
that
hashtag.
is
and
that
it
really
flopped.
going today?
Yeah,
Really happening?
Apparently, yeah.
I see.
Someone wanted us to not log in on Steam and play.
Yeah, that's gonna have a big impact apparently.
Yeah.
One
love
Saturday, some fuckers that don't even play as much as we do decided not to play. So, wow, sure that's gonna teach us.
Well,
We
they're,
won't be all these fuckers for the whole day. But anyway,
so they're weaponizing charities now against us.
yeah.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Who are they raising money for? Somebody told me.
Able Gamers, I believe, and another charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, man,
good.
it's
We should-
fine if they raise some money. That's good.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's just funny that they're doing exactly what
I'm
we
still
are
gonna
doing.
laugh at 'em.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Now
hope
the
they raise-
charity's laughing at them specifically because they're doing exactly what we do.
Right. Yeah, that's the funny part.
Mm-hmm.
You know the funniest thing? Some of the people that are actually saying that we weaponize charity is saying that they rather see us give money to Brianna or Anita or Zoe. That's the funniest thing.
Wait, who said we should just give them money directly? Is that?
You will never believe. I couldn't believe who is against Gamergate. You know who Todd in the Shadows is?
No.
Okay. Do you know who the Nostalgia Critic is?
No.
You don't know who he is?
No.
Wow.
Nacho Critic, man, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, he's apparently against Gamergate. He's one of the people who said that. Said this
Just
was
maybe
all
one
about.
nachos though. I do know that.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic is basically a movie critic in the style of the.
The
anti-video
Nostalgia
game nerd.
Critic. I thought you said Nacho Critic.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My.
Nacho Critic.
I was like, hold on. I don't know the Nacho Critic. Yeah, the Nostalgia Critic sounds more familiar.
Oh man, you should have listed
The Nacho
something about us.
Nacho Libre came up when I googled that. By the way, I was trying to find it.
Christ.
But,
I'm sorry. My speech is not the best in the world right
nah,
now.
man, it's fine.
All right.
No, I wasn't ragging on you. That's just what I
Oh.
really thought you said. So.
I actually got into a debate with Noah Antweiler over this crap. It was
Oh Lord.
he fucking ran off. It was pretty sad.
Because I watch his videos and I like them, but oh well. I'll be the only one.
Oh yeah, Sargon's got a Patreon going now. I saw that. So. if
I thought he
anybody
had
wants to- No, he wasn't raising it off harassment, just to help out with his show and so.
Did you listen to his full interview on the BBC?
No,
yeah.
not yet.
Yeah, I did actually. It was
What
pretty
did you
good.
think of it? Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody somebody on my Twitter said, or was it in the chat? Who was interviewing who, or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. I have a lot more respect for the right these days. Well, it's sad. I've got. I won't say more, but it has changed my views a little bit.
You can see what they go through.
Yeah, you really can, honestly.
Wait,
Well,
change what, Wikipedia?
No, I was talking about the right wing people.
One of the
Some of
things
the
I
media hate
figured.
that.
One of the things I figured that we do when this is all said and done is that we take everything that we've done, put it into a big box, send them to the United States Congress, and say, "See, this is bipartisanship. Learn how to do it."
If Ralph becomes president.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think they want my hand on the nuclear button there. But somebody like Liana K is going to piss me off one day.
Yeah, bombs and fly over.
Bombs away, let it fly.
Alright.
Look, is that the same No, okay, is that the same person that Anonymous tried to say at Operation Gamergate was about?
I honestly do not know.
I don't know what that video is for. Somebody posted down on, I think it was either the Twitter or the Facebook page. Someone posted that.
Are you saying Liana's part of Anonymous?
No, does that?
I'm just fucking around.
Aren't we all anonymous?
Oh yeah.
I'm just messing around.
Is Stop Gamergate 2014 still a thing or no?
It's about as much of a thing as any of the other tags that they've tried to make.
Oh shit! Remember when Destiny was gonna wipe us out?
Yeah.
Oh shit! That was pretty.
Good thing it was a shitty game.
And the funny thing
I'm
is,
playing it right now. I'm so sad.
well, no, look, at that time, I was thinking, I mean, I didn't think it would wipe us out, but I did have a thought, like, this might take a little wind out of ourselves, for real. But it didn't. I think maybe for, like, one day, but it really didn't. Even people in Gamergate that had Destiny would just go play some Destiny and then come back, so.
That's what I do. If I'm, like, feeling like that, I'm just like, all right, I'll just go play Destiny a little bit, come back, and let's get the war going again.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Now that this no achievement for justice thing is going on, that's more time for us to loot the cave.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh shit. I guess we'll wrap it up. We've been going for about an hour and a half here. That's about the usual time I usually go.
According to the stream, about like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, that's about how I usually do.
Alright, I'm putting my link to the stream. I'm gonna
everybody get in whatever they want to get in. Any last topic or any last plug, whatever. I don't care. Of course, let me get mine in first. Visit theralphretort.com, of course. But, and follow me on Twitter at theralphretort. Anyway, everybody else, go ahead.
Be sure to report for spam.
Oh shit. Alright, Spells, since you got the quip there, you go next.
I'm at Spellsfired. I'm the PR/talks person for a new community-driven website, spellsfire.com. It's not out yet. The basic idea is that anyone can submit articles, and we will feature on the front page so long as I give it a thumbs up. And
so long as it's not like Ian Miles Cheong wrote it, or Chong wrote it, right?
Well,
if it's got any I love Hitler, that might not be on the front page.
not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, but it's going to be very much like 4chan meets Reddit in that you can vote articles up or down, but you have to actually type out a reason for your vote, and all your votes are transparent, so people can see if you're like a shit poster or if you just constantly vote down with dumb reasons. And actual moderators will be able to do that and be like, oh, this guy just votes down and types A all the time. Well, I guess I'll just ban him or something like that. But and the power rests with the user. So if there's an article that gets put on the front page that you guys don't like, and if it gets enough down votes or whatever, it's just a thread. It's no longer on the front page, and vice versa. If something was just a thread and everybody loves it, we'll put it on the front page automatically.
True,
so you can override me. I don't have the last say. It's the user.
If you like Ian Miles Cheong type stuff,
yep.
I keep saying Cheong. I want to say Cheong, but I think it's Chong.
He's our senior vice.
Let's just call him Little Hitler. I think that'll make it easier.
The littlest Hitler.
Yeah, the smallest Hitler.
Has he denied actually saying that?
No, he didn't deny. He apologized. You know, he said he renounced it or whatever.
Renounced it or whatever.
But you know, once you love Hitler, I don't know.
I mean, we renounce everything and they don't give us a break, so fuck it.
Exactly. That's my view on it right there. We have a lot of people that have renounced a lot of things, but they're still evil according to them, so whatever.
But yeah, that's that. Follow me at Spellsfire.
Yep. Okay, everybody else, go ahead. Mitsu, you can go ahead too.
Oh, that's right. Spellsfire.com. I'm actually going to write an article on spellsfire.com.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kermit the Frog's with us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple things going up, but the thing is, I have such a ridiculous name for most things. It's very difficult to. The best thing I can do is say just follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/mitsureiji. I'll put that in the chat for everybody. Twitter.com/mitsureiji, and you'll be able to see everything involving that website I told you guys about before, oddmass.com, with the reviews that are all objective and have no. There's no score. It's just objective reviewing, no score, kind of the thing that Gamergate had been talking about for some time. And you'll also see a link to my YouTube and my Twitch whenever I decide to start streaming again, which actually might be sooner than most people think. So I'll put that link in the chat, and hopefully people will go there. If not, that's cool too. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Everybody else want to say something here? Ebola, what do you got?
Yeah, I want to pitch this amazing new site. It's kind of like Reddit and 4chan. It's called Snellsnired.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. It's gonna be all users' choice.
That's it.
No, yeah, it's spellsfire.com. I'm being full disclosure. I'm being paid to say this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go visit spellsfire.com. It's easily the best site.
If it is review, get the.
It's easily even before it's come out. It's looking already just the feel from it.
It doesn't.
It emanates greatness. But all right. So what about anybody else here?
I got something.
No more plugs.
Or John or.
Yeah, anybody. I don't care. Say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
before everybody leaves, they're waiting on us to say goodbye.
Okay. My channel, in case no one is aware, I'm doing a playthrough of Never Ending Nightmares, which is a much better game than Depression Quest. Much better horror game. And
that sounds like a relationship with Zoe Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're gonna have to disclose that right now.
Never Ending Nightmares.
And also, I am a part of the N4GTV.com network, so please go view those things. And also, if no one's aware about another thing I do is that I do an episode-by-episode review of Sailor Moon Crystal, and I have a new video of that up for those people who like that anime that want to view that. So much for me not being feminist or misogynistic, huh?
Shit. All right. Sounds great.
And if you want to see something very, very funny, go watch the first 5 seconds of my latest review of that.
Can I talk now?
All right. Anyone else?
Hello?
I think we're good.
All right. Also, I'm doing a stream later tonight where we actually talk about video games instead of Gamergate. If anyone wants a break from that.
You mean that there are still video games left to play? I had no idea that was a thing.
Well, despite the success of Stop Achievements. Whatever.
Oh shit! I had my mic muted and I didn't even know. But anyway, yeah, go watch Spells Fire tonight. Check his Twitter; he'll put out a link. And or what is the site? Is it going to be on Hitbox?
Yeah.
No, we just do it on Hangout. We're going to be talking about mana systems and video.
Well, he'll put the link up, but we're probably going to do a stream on Hitbox tomorrow. Not sure the time yet, but we were talking about streaming some like old Super Nintendo games and stuff, like multiplayer type stuff. So we'll see about that, like Mario Kart and stuff like that. We'll still be talking Gamergate during the stuff, but.
When's your next hit piece?
Oh, I'm gonna think of something tonight. I'll have something. I mean, when I say think of something, people send me stuff all the time, so I usually can just go back and look through and.
Still looking for advertisers?
Yeah. No, AdSense reinstated my ads. But yeah, I am still looking for some, stable advertising, some real, sponsorship, not just AdSense. But they were good enough about reinstating my ads pretty quickly, so thank you, Google. Based AdSense. Thank you for that.
Oh, I could not get that working for the longest time.
Yeah, man.
I hated that.
Well, I had too many ads running on one page, and then they don't like that. So.
You know what you should set up a Patreon and then write a hit piece on yourself.
On that note,
I'll write out a death threat for you. I'll say I'm coming to get you, Ralph. I know you live in Memphis.
Yeah, I don't actually live in Memphis, but I was born there.
I've got a rusty knife and a box of
box of chocolates.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming. There's so many people Mitsu, Ebola,
That's it.
Serial Expansion, Spells Fired, JD, just all kinds of people. Tokyo Ben stopped in for a sec, so we'll try to get him back again. But anyway, thanks, people, and tune in again next time.
Yep.
Later.
Take care, everyone.
Later.
7 p.m.
Bye.
Eastern.
That just happened.